And what is laid in my heart this morning is very similar to the command we had for memory today. Whoever wants to be first among you must be last. We must never forget that. It's easy to remember that when we begin our Christian life. And when we look at the history of many churches, they did not bear that in mind. You've heard me say this many times. It's easy for God to bless anybody. For that man to remain humble after God has blessed him, it's very rare and very difficult. And God has blessed CFC through the years. It's only those who have been here from the beginning, and in a sense, I think more than anybody else, only Ian knows here exactly how it was for us in the early days, how we were despised and rejected by all Christians. And we said, fine, that's the way Jesus went, so we'll go that way. And in a sense, we were safe in those days because we were outside the camp, despised, rejected. We had only God. But today, we are in danger because we have the acclaim and approval of many people who respect CFC. Our internet messages go to about 100 countries, nearly. And we get responses from all those people. They all know about CFC. We are in great danger. And many of you have also prospered financially. And that is another cause of danger. I'm not saying it's wrong to earn money. With the cost of living going up, it's right that we look for jobs with a good pay and get an increase in salary. That's all okay. But along with money, often, if you look around among worldly people and Christians, pride comes in. There's nothing wrong with a good salary. There's nothing wrong in living a good house. There's everything wrong in being proud of it. When we started CFC, only I had a scooter, and that was because I had it from the Navy days. Nobody else had anything more than a cycle. People used to come to the church meeting by bus or by cycle. We were safe. I'm not saying poverty brings protection, but it's a little safer. But now, look at the number of people who have so much wealth and cars, and we need parking lots. Nothing wrong in that again. The danger is if it makes you proud. You can own a private jet airplane for yourself and not be proud. But you can ride a bicycle and be proud. It's not the vehicle, it's not the salary. It's not all that poor people are humble. There are multitudes of poor people in India and they are not humble. And there are many godly, rich people I have met who are extremely humble. So all I'm saying is we got to be careful about sitting back and saying, oh, God has blessed us. And people appreciate us. And that's the thing that we have to beware of. I want to begin with a verse in 1 Peter and chapter. See, the reason I mention is because if you study church history, I've studied church history of the denominations that started well and where they are today. All of them, even denominations that started in the 20th century, have gone down and lost the grace of God. And many others from the time of the Protestant Reformation in the 1500s, many groups have come up who came out of other groups because they said those groups compromised the Word of God. They're not preaching the whole counsel of God. They came out. And that was good. But over a period of time, this group also declined. And some group came out of that. And that was good. But that group also declined. This has been the history of the Christian church, particularly in the last 500 years. Some group comes out with a great zeal for purity, to stand for the truth. And there are godly men whom God has raised up to lead this new group in that direction. But after a while, usually after about 40, 50 years, decline sets in. Sometimes, if it's a good group, maybe 60, 70 years, decline sets in. And the reason is, very often, they become, almost invariably, they become proud. We are the ones whom God has chosen in our generation to proclaim the whole counsel of God. Aha. Beware of thinking like that. I often say to myself, God's work went on wonderfully before I was born, and it will continue wonderfully after I'm gone. For a short period, you and I are here on this earth. Let us do what we can in humility and brokenness, thankful that God gives us the privilege of doing a little bit for His kingdom, and never ever imagining that we are somebody. We are nobodies, all of us.